Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome to Dancing with Death. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. How about yourself?
Fantastic. I had a great weekend down up in Seattle and got to hang out with you
Yes.
after the
Yeah.
Stream of Annihilation.
Yep. It's good to see you.
Uh, for those of you that don't know, this last weekend was Wizards of the Coast big Stream of Annihilation, where they introduced a bunch of new shows that they're going to be running, introduced a new, I don't want to say product or platform, but a new area with all these new cool things. It was fantastic. You should just go Google Stream of Annihilation. That was up in Seattle, where Ryan lives, not to give out your home address or anything.
Ah!
So then Ryan and I
Twitch
got
chat
to
is coming for me.
so then Ryan and I got to go hang out after all of that and bounce around to a couple of cool places. And we played some, what is it, Carcassonne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Drank some
Great.
beers, played some Carcassonne.
Mm-hmm. Tried to watch a new movie, but, scheduling didn't
Yeah.
work. Another time.
Yeah.
So how's your life been in the last couple of weeks?
Couple of weeks. I saw you like 2 days ago.
Well, yeah, but
But I
Stream
guess
hasn't seen you in a
stream.
few days.
Yeah, it's been like a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 week and
Yeah.
a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, business as usual. I guess another quarter wrapped up. Summer's more or less here.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything new to report.
Just fair weather, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Well then,
don't tell anyone, but summers in the Northwest are pretty great. So yeah. It's
Well,
bright and sunny.
we'll keep it a secret so no one
Wait.
else moves up there. Keep those housing prices down.
Oh, it's already cat's out of the bag.
Darn.
It's going the way of the Bay Area.
Oh well. So let's recap what happened last time on Dicing with Death.
Yeah, a lot of things happened last time, and then we didn't record, and we had to play them again.
We had a lot of technical issues on our last stream, and so the story gets kind of blurry. But generally, the outline of what happened is Leon learned a spell and abused and murdered some people.
There was a Murder Shack 2.0.
Yeah.
And a 3.0.
Yeah.
Not all of those are going to be available in the VODs, but there were many Murder Shack. You're developing a pattern here.
Yeah.
And so
I think
hostages were held. Mm-hmm. Your reputation was further sullied.
Mm-hmm.
And you did manage to learn Fist of Stone. So you're a real wizard.
Yes. A real wizard with 15 strength. Beautiful. So I think some of these, the truth of what may have happened in these situations is lost to legend and lore and rumor.
Sure.
I think that's
fair enough. But
yeah.
But if not a trail of bodies, there's a trail of
Anyway,
rumors. So I guess is there anything you want to catch up on? I think
I think we're good. I think it's time to hop into game and see what trouble we can get into.
Yeah, well, you're just slipping away from the last bout of trouble, right? I think it's probably morning. You're slipping out of this this shack in the countryside here in the Southern Isles. Lovely day, rolling hills, fields of wheat. Where are you headed?
Well, I want to head south. Generally speaking, because to the north, I'm probably wanted. I haven't heard any signs of being wanted. I haven't heard any.
There were guards showed up at your inn. You were staying at an inn, and
I mean the local town guard came after me. I'm talking about the guild, the Goldsmiths Union. Those are the people I'm truly worried about. Local law enforcement doesn't bother Leon. Oh, that was the other thing that we're gonna do. Leon has decided on his new name.
You can't just change your character sheet willy-nilly.
All right.
You can't change your name until an NPC asks you for your name, and then you can make up whatever the hell you want to make up.
Sure. Then I will wait on my new name.
You keep changing it anyways, so it's...
Well, it hasn't been said yet, so it's not canon until it's said.
Yeah. So that's what I think ran you out of Mumford, right? It was the town guard, or maybe you beat up a town guard and split town.
Yeah, well, they came knocking on my door, so
eluded their grasp.
Yeah.
I don't remember how they got word of you. It's been a couple weeks, but left town and holed up. I think you were just a mile or so out of the town.
Yeah, not that far at all.
You stayed a couple of nights, if I recall, or at least one, to learn the spell.
Yes, I spent one full day. I think I spent like an afternoon, an evening, and a day, or something like that there.
Yeah, in a shack full of hostages, and
yes,
and I think that's where we're picking up. So you're leaving the shack, the countryside is before you, and heading south.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Are you taking the road or sticking to the farms and hills?
I will. I want to put some distance between me and the Goldsmiths Union, so I'm going to take the roads.
Okay.
I know it'll probably make it a little easier for law enforcement to spot me, but as I said, whether that's wise or not, Leon is not too worried about local law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you, within probably 10, 15 minutes, you're able to meet up with the road heading south and take a right and get some dirt beneath your heels. How does Leon look traveling? Are you packed heavily with rations? I think you're unarmored and unarmed.
Yeah.
You want to give us a little reminder of how you look?
Sure. Leon is 5'10", 175 pounds. He's got brown eyes and crew-cut black hair. But, without being in his hometown anymore, that's going to start growing out a little bit until he gets a place to shear it. So it's starting to...
It's day 3. Your hair is just fine, pretty boy.
He's in his late 20s. Doesn't wear any armor, just has kind of regular clothes. He's a bouncer and an enforcer, so he's not wearing anything too nice, just your kind of normal walking around gear. I've got one backpack that is like stuffed with 25 pounds of food, a scroll, and a spell book.
What is that scroll doing on your character sheet? I believe you used it.
Ooh, yes.
Delete that scroll.
Scroll is deleted.
Yes, it was a scroll of read magic, which you failed to learn and were forced to cast, to recite.
Right.
And you use that to get yourself started, making some sense of the spellbook you've got.
Right.
All right. So did you say do you have a robe or a cloak?
I probably have some sort of like light traveling cloak just to keep the rain off me, like a thin woolen half cloak maybe.
Okay. Well, right now it is crisp and sunny. So no cloak required, but what kind of wizard doesn't have a robe?
A new wizard.
A new wizard.
I don't have a staff either, or a pointy hat. I'm way behind.
Fair enough. So, you head south. There is limited travel on the road. In fact, almost none heading out of town south. There are a few farmers out in their fields and people like walking to and fro down the road. Roll a perception check, I guess, or charisma check if you'd rather.
No, I'm going to go with the perception check, please. Thank you very much.
I'm always happy to let Leon roll a charisma check.
That's a 13 on his perception check.
Nope, you're probably busy peering over your shoulder, worrying that you're followed. Every sound of footfall or every peasant or farmer milling about is
giving me the spooks.
Potential pursuer. Yeah, you're not focused. All right. And you have an uneventful. Let me see. Actually, I don't think this map that I've got is even to scale, so I can't even measure. No. But I think we're talking less than 2 hours out of it. Probably 2 hours with like you had to like cut over from the fields, meet up with the road, head south.
Mm-hmm.
So about 2 hours after dawn. You can roll another perception check.
Okay. 2 hours after dawn, I roll a 26.
Yeah. So you've calmed down. You're paying a little more attention, a little more alert. And you come down into this gully. It's a river valley.
Mm-hmm.
The road is crossing the river, and you spot a bridge, a fairly good sized bridge, maybe 40 feet long, made of wood, spanning this gully.
Okay.
And in rather plain view, atop the bridge are several men-at-arms, if you will.
Uh-oh. Are they flying any sigils or colors that I could recognize?
Roll a heraldry check, which I believe, since you're a non-proficient, would be a charisma check at -5.
So a d20 plus 0, and I need a 21 or higher on. So, whoops, that is the wrong chat to roll that in. D20 plus 0. No.
Bad. They have colors.
Okay.
Relatively coordinated colors.
Mm-hmm.
Blues and oranges. You're not sure if they're just like a cool gang of dudes who like to dress up in similar outfits, but yeah, you got nothing.
Blues and oranges?
Yeah. You want to roll me some kind of inconspicuous check? Dexterity or charisma? You could try and play it off nonchalant. I think we'll go with the dex.
Well, before you even get to there,
I mean, so you're at the top of this gully looking down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can continue to ask me questions, but if you're standing there asking me questions, I'm going to assume that you've like stopped at the top of this.
I only have the one question for you, and that is:
Sure.
Is there a line of people at the bridge, or is it just these people hanging out?
It is just there's no line. As I said, traffic was kind of thin.
Right.
But here you're pretty much the only one. Maybe if you look over your shoulder from this vantage, you can see some peasants, maybe a quarter mile.
Right,
off,
but there's not like
it's,
people that these guards are talking to. These
there's not a queue. No.
Okay. And how many did you say there were?
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they probably spotted me by now. If I can see them, they can see me. That's how it goes.
Well, so. Yeah, that's what I was asking you to roll. I mean, do you try to make your presence concealed? Or?
I don't.
Then by now they've sort of looked up, or one of them has looked up and caught a glimpse of you. He doesn't alert his companions. They appear to be in the midst of a conversation, but you see his head tilted in your direction as you walk down the hillside.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will just walk in their direction.
Yeah, you see there's one more or less the middle of the bridge, 2 on your side, leaning against spears. And
I will slow my walk as I approach the bridge and look to the foremost one. Give a bit of a nod.
Gives you a nod. Citizen, what's your business?
Oh, just a man going for a walk to stretch his legs.
A walk south?
Is that against the law?
Not particularly, but I'd say it's ill-advised.
Do tell.
They look at you a little perplexed. Wars in the South. What business would an honest citizen have down there?
No business at all in particular. Just going for a stroll, stretch my legs.
Seems a peculiar direction for a stroll.
It is indeed.
They eye you up and down. I think there's probably nothing even to see, right? You said you like at the most you got a knife. but no armor. You do kind of look like
I do have one knife on. No, I don't even have a knife anymore. I think I lost my knife. It's not on my character sheet. I don't know where it went, but it's gone. So I'll look at these guys and say, you're really doing the good work of the people here, defending this bridge from those southern brigands. I don't think that the lords here pay you nearly enough for your valued service. Let me give you a tip. And I reach into my bag and withdraw 3 gold coins and offer them to the guards. The guards are shocked. They don't know what to do. They
Just
stare.
A second.
Oh, there we go.
I'm having internet issues. I think we're stabilizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I pull out 3 gold coins and offer to tip them for their valiant service that they're so underpaid for. Decent tip.
Roll a charisma check.
A raw charisma check.
Bribe the guards. I mean, yeah.
All right.
You can add 3 for the gold.
Okay. 17, close, but no cigar. I should have given them 20 gold.
Yeah, they aren't immediately offended. Should have given them 20 gold. He narrows his eyes and they sort of look amongst themselves. Another guy shrugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the impression they probably weren't looking for a bribe nor expecting it. But they take your coin. So go ahead and erase 3 gold.
All right, erased. I give them a polite nod of my head and presume that I can just walk across the bridge.
Yeah, they sort of step aside and lean against the wooden railing of the bridge. He asks as you walk by, I presume you will be returning after your jaunt?
Quite so. I give a motion to my bag with my back. I have some ways to walk. It may be some time before I return.
Very well, then.
Then I walk.
All right. You walk.
I walk.
Leaving these orange-clad men-at-arms at the bridge.
Yeah, I don't think I could have taken 3 men-at-arms. So to get past that one a little bit more carefully.
All right, and you are back on your way south.
So we're a few hours and thus a few miles away from Mumford, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And it seems like we're starting to reach the Ashenholt region of the world, maybe?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would more or less know the geography of the region, although I think you are more of a city boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will mention there was a horse tied up near the bridge.
Good to know.
Not that it came in handy, but yeah, I mean, maybe you didn't notice when you first walked up, but they had a horse sort of like tied up near the side of the bridge, just grazing, and its head was down when you walked by. But as you walk past, you see that they have
proper guards need some sort of way to communicate quickly.
Yeah, it was just one between the 3 of them. But
okay.
Yeah.
I'll
you find the other side of the bridge. But I mean, you don't see anyone immediately as you begin trekking up the gully. Yes, you would know that Ashenholt Keep is a couple of days south from here. And you can roll me an intelligence check.
Those are the sort of checks I can get
some more inferences. Yeah, you're a smart cookie. I mean, you had reason to believe that you're probably sort of venturing into. I mean, you don't totally know the politics of the region,
right?
But perhaps this bridge here is like the county line, if you will, or
yeah, it makes sense.
Something like that.
Well, I still don't know exactly the geography of the region or the political structure, as you said, just being a city boy and all. So I'm going to keep my eye out for some semblance of civilization, maybe like a roadside inn or like a little tea shop on the side of the road or a small village or something, some sign of civilization so I can try and get my bearings and see what I'm up against.
I mean, roll a perception check. The bridge is the sign of
Well, yeah, but I don't want to talk
the
to
only
those
sign of
guys.
civilization. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Perception check is a 19.
No, there's nothing really. I mean, I assume you walk to the top of this of the gully
Yeah.
on the other side, and you sort of look out over the land. Yeah. I mean, no, it's more farmland, sort of to the south, on the south
Mm-hmm.
side of this river. But you see basically no sign of civilization. Maybe there's an odd barn or hayloft or whatever grain silo,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll
some
just keep
distance off, but you don't. Yeah, you
I'll
don't
just
even
keep
see
my
any.
eyes peeled as I walk along the road, waiting
Yeah,
for something like that to crop up.
you don't even see any people really.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, so like I said, the only sign of civilization was that bridge.
Hmm. Okay. Well, then I will continue going forward while pondering the arcane words in my spell book.
All right. You are taken a bit by surprise
Oh.
as you hear the footfall of someone approaching.
From before me or behind me?
To your side, I think you turn to your right and you see like stepping like out of like the ditch on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
A man in a red cloak strides towards you.
I think I am taken aback
He's
by this and maybe stutter
yeah
to the other side of the road for a moment and give the man a curious and cautious
yeah
look.
he's got a hand on a sword. He doesn't look. I mean, he's wearing some piecemeal armor,
Mm.
but he looks ready for combat. Um,
I
and
pulled up
he sort of
my
makes eye contact with you.
I hold up my right hand in a sign of peace.
Hmm.
Say, Whoa there!
What's your business here, peasant?
I like being called peasant. None of yours. Who are you?
Afraid I'll be asking the questions.
Hmm. My left fingers
But
begin to twitch. I have one more casting of Fist of Stone.
what are you doing here? What's in the bag? And he sort of begins to like sort of circle around to try and look at your belongings.
I say nothing to him. I just try and stare at him. Know what this is going to lead to. Meanwhile, Leon's furiously pondering how he wants to deal with this guy. Does he want to cast a spell? Want
Mm-hmm.
to intimidate him with magic? Does he want to maybe like go into a fight? He doesn't want to fight them. He wants to practice his magic, but he's only got the one spell. I know what I do. Leon kneels down and searches for a rock nearby that he can like just hand. Doesn't have to be a big one, but some sort of rock he can grab in his hand.
Okay. You take a knee. He takes a step towards you. Says, "Speak up."
Stand back,
How'd
for I am a powerful sorcerer. And just as I will turn my hand to stone like this rock, so shall I turn you to dirt. And then I cast Fist of Stone on the hand that holds the stone. I'm hoping to create the effect of like my hand is turning to the thing that it's holding.
Yeah. What are the components involved in Fist of Stone?
Somatic and verbal only.
Somatic and verbal, no material.
No
Yeah, but there
material.
are. It is on. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Why don't you roll a d10? You can roll a surprise versus these guys.
Okay. Or, ooh, not quite.
So they're not surprised.
They? What?
The royal day.
Okay. Whew.
Go ahead and roll. You're gonna have to roll initiative for me, though.
All right. Roll initiative. 2.
Yeah. So you get your spell off. Your fist turns to stone, and you grind the stone to dust. All right. The man before you shouts in surprise, and a witch! We've got a witch!
Is that still the royal we?
You can. I guess your spell goes off. You can't make an attack this round.
No. But I do stare at him intimidatingly as I crush the stone in my fist that is now also stone.
Uh-huh.
Grind the stones to make the stones.
Yeah, he backs away slowly. There's a shing as he draws a short sword from his side. But he sort of backs away to the edge of the road and stares you down.
I grin and take one step towards him, like chest out, shoulders back. Spine elongated. I'm an enforcer. I'm used to being that sort of guy.
Yeah. What's your armor class?
12. With martial arts style D.
Okay, but I think with from your flank.
That's if I don't
11.
see it coming, then it's
okay.
10.
Only 1 point of damage, but there's a twang as an arrow sort of skims your shoulder and goes sailing off, continues to sail off into the landing somewhere in the ditch. You take 1 point of damage. Did you mark that?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's the guy before me and the guy on my left. Who's down the road.
Roll a perception check to see if you can locate the other. The source of the arrow.
21.
Yeah, you turn to face sort of a man with a short bow in the ditch on the other side, just as he lets loose another arrow in your direction. Coming from the front, but that's still a 14. I assume
that's still a hit.
It's still a hit. Ooh, for 4 points of damage, catching you square in the chest.
Okay. Ouch.
All right. You can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay. I'm going to be fighting with my fists, since I got nothing else to go with here. They're clearly not intimidated by my stoning ability.
Mm-hmm.
The man before me slashed at me, right?
He did not.
Oh, so the other 4 was another bow shot.
He's got a sword drawn, but he's about 10 feet away from you at the edge of the road, and the bowman's maybe 30 feet back.
Right, so both of those damage came from the bow, right?
Correct. Yeah, okay. Correct.
Okay.
You go first. So what are you doing?
I'm going to leap to strike at the bowman, and I get...
Okay, so you run the 30 feet towards him, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
You can get high ground from leaping down into the roadside ditch and pummeling the bowman.
And I get 2 attacks. So
you're doing only one of them is
right.
Is the Fist of Stone, unless it's your bonus martial arts weapon or your bonus martial arts attack. Oh no, it's with your offhand.
Right.
You get a free attack with your offhand. Okay.
So I get D20 plus 4 plus 18-100 is what bonus to hit? Plus 3. Okay. So my stone fist strikes out for an 18.
Yeah, I think that one hit is probably enough to.
Yeah, because I do
crack his face in.
D3 plus 8 points of damage.
Yeah, holy cow! Yeah, you leap atop this the bowman in the ditch, bringing your Fist of Stone down hard across his face. You hear a crunch as his skull caves in, and you kind of land on top of him.
Mm-hmm. I whirl around to face the other guy, and I will ready my... No, I'm not going to ready my offhand attack, because I still provoke attacks of opportunity when fighting people with melee weapons.
Really?
Isn't that what we had discovered? Is that you have to be a master to not provoke attacks of opportunity?
I can't remember, but we are also doing... If you use those fighter type abilities, I think I will not give you combat experience.
Right. Well, I don't have
In
much
fact,
other
you probably
option.
even have a -1 to hit on. Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll sort that out. I'll probably. Yeah. Okay. But I do think you will provoke opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm. Why is my to hit +4? That's not right.
With strength, it should be fine, right?
Maybe.
Probably +2 from strength, +1 from specialization, +1 from level. But I think you won't count those unless you want to experience penalty.
Yeah. I clearly fucked something up there.
But
Hold
that's
on.
still a hit. You're fine.
Yeah.
So you don't take the second attack.
No, I don't.
And you sort of look across the road at this. He sort of points his short sword quivering your direction, and without a word turns and runs south down the road.
Score. I look on, watch him as he flees, standing over the crushed and broken body of the other guy.
His faded red cloak sort of flaps behind him as he sprints out of sight.
I'm content. Just updating my character sheet for the damages and everything. That attack shouldn't have been d20 +4 +5. It should have just been d20 +5. So that should have actually been a 13.
13 is still fine with the melee attack.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd still consider armor. I mean, it is a hit regardless, but.
No, I think I mistallied my bonuses and I counted my strength bonuses twice and other crap. Yeah, but it's all sorted out now. So I look down at this guy. I go to check, see if he's completely dead or just KO'd.
He is dying. He's wheezing. You basically caved his face in. Right. He's bleeding out. You could roll an intelligence check to try and stabilize him at this point. But he is
but if he is,
he's not doing well. Without immediate medical attention, he's gonna die.
That's fine. This man's already dying, so he is a perfect opportunity for Leon to test his Fist of Stone and just see what it can do, right? I need to figure out the full capacity of this. So I want to grab onto like his wrist and see how badly I can crush his hand just by squeezing it.
Yeah, I think almost without like realizing it, you hear with no effort at all, you hear the crunch of this man's wrist bones. And the pulse stops.
Yeah.
You squeeze it to a grinding halt.
Leon gets a slightly twisted grin across his face, and then makes a fist with it once more and tries to cave in his skull with like a strike to it.
All right, you can mutilate the body at your pleasure.
Right, just wanted to give it a try, see how it worked. And I think by then the Fist of Stone wears off. That's short.
Yeah. It lasts one round?
One round, yeah. So probably wore off a little bit earlier, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, then I will pick through his body to see if he has any cash on him.
Sure, yeah. You find 4 silver, 19 copper.
19 copper.
And that is it. He has arms and equipment.
Yeah, I specifically look for daggers or knives.
He's got a dagger.
I will take it.
And a short sword, and a short bow, quiver of arrows, and some piecemeal armor.
I could probably take his gear and sell it somewhere in town cheaply. But I already have a sufficient amount of money on me, so I don't want to do that. If I wear the sword or the bow or the armor or anything like that, I'll just draw more attention to myself. So I leave those things as they are. I want to go through his pack to see if he has any like camping gear. Does he have what do we call it? Like a bedroll or a tent or something?
No. His pack. He's got a small like sack with like lunch in it, like enough food for the day.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'll snack on some of his food.
he's got a wine skin. Murder him and you finish his sandwich.
Yeah, so I'll just eat his food for today, and
Mm-hmm.
drink his wine for today. And I
Yeah,
should
it is.
also take his wine skin because I don't have a water skin myself.
Okay, there's wine in this, not water.
Well, I guess I got to drink the wine before I can fill it with water.
Probably or ale, probably.
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to waste it by just dumping it on the ground. So I guess Leon will drink while he walks down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think quite. I think he's so entranced with the power of his new spells that
Mm-hmm.
he's not even really considering the people that he's killing. You know, he's fought people before, he's hurt and even killed people before. But I think right now he's not even worrying about that. It's all about the magic that courses through his veins that gets him
Mm-hmm.
all giddy. All right.
Um, what color is your garb?
I think he wears like browns and greens, like brown
Okay.
pants and maybe like a green shirt with brown trim and white buttons.
All right. Okay. All right, but nothing noteworthy.
No, no. I'm not the sort of person to like to draw attention to myself yet.
All right. Well, you head south. Um, smell of smoke sort of hangs on the air. Oops, should mute that. And you sort of walk through the abandoned countryside. As I said, you don't see any other people aside from those two brigands that ambushed you, or that you ambushed, or yeah. A few minutes later, you can your eyes spot the smoke rising on the horizon, sort of off to the sides of the road, off to your left, to the east. And you walk for maybe a half hour through looks like recently abandoned countryside. Fields have been sort of left to rot. Some are burned. You passed a few sort of damaged buildings. Some just appear to have been abandoned.
It's like war has already reached this part of the world.
And you head south. Okay. After about a half hour or so, you do start to see sort of signs of civilization again.
Mm-hmm.
First being a field that actually looks like it's in good order, and a farmer is out there tending to it.
I would like to go speak to the farmer and find out who burned these fields and stuff.
All right. The farmer is hunched over, pulling weeds out of rows of turnips.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of looks up to you and sort of stands, stretching his back. Hail, fellow. What brings you this far north?
I smile to myself, north. Just walking about. Say, who burned these fields?
Who burned these fields? Why, the bastards, men.
I nod to myself solemnly, like I know what he's talking about.
Battle lines being drawn, I suppose.
How is it that you have escaped the harm?
Lucky, I guess. Most of those further north have fled, been driven out. And a coin in the right pocket doesn't hurt, I suppose. Or a turnip.
What time is it now? Day.
It's gotta be. It's about midday.
Yeah.
Sun is high overhead. The farmer wipes some sweat from his brow, smearing dirt across his face.
Well, good luck with your fields, good sir. Tell me, how far is it to the next town? And I point south down the road.
Cocks his head. If you make good time, you can reach Ashlock by nightfall.
I nod again, more to myself than to him, thinking about how far it will take me to get there, how long it'll take me to get there, and how far I'll be from everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Ashlock, you say? They're not. People of Ashlock are squarely under the bastard's control, right?
He nods.
Smile to myself. Excellent. Well, take care of yourself, sir.
And you?
Okay. I head down the road towards Ashlock. I'm thinking if I can find an inn there and get a couple of days of rest, I can try and learn some of these other spells in this book.
Right. Do you take the road the whole way?
I do.
Okay. All right. You pass a few more farmers. I assume you just eat, you snack on that dead dude's lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, you pass farmers. Most of these fields appear to be populated, tended. So it looks like it was really just like the mile or so south of the river
that was burned.
That was sort of torched and evacuated.
Yeah.
Yep. So there are people going to and fro. I assume you pay them no mind. Don't ask any questions. About 2 hours later, you come across a commotion on the road. A small crowd gathered, and you can hear the clamor of a salesman. Finest tinker in all the land. Got pots need mending, axles need hammering, blades need grinding, and you can sort of see a crowd gathered around sort of a cart that is opened on the side.
I will join with the crowd and go investigate the cart.
Take a peek, and you can see sort of a small, bald man with a large white mustache just holding court. He's hammering away on a pot that he's sort of engaging the crowd, offering up his services, selling wares. See likewise a short woman inside the cart who's sort of dealing with customers, trading wares for coin. So if you need to resupply on anything, you can buy it. If you want to ask any,
I want to take a look at the dagger at my side, and take a look at the blade. Does it need sharpening?
It's mechanically no.
Okay. Well, because you had said the guy had like mismatched gear, and I got the impression it was kind of like all older, worn stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got a functional. It's a functional dagger.
Okay.
It's
how big is the crowd here?
Probably 20 people gathered around the cart.
I want to kind of
Some.
nudge someone gently and say,
Mhm.
"Why the large crowd?"
It's been some time since we had a smith through. You can see
Hmm.
people sort of gathered around with pots needing mending and
What happened to your
kitchen knives for
smith?
sharpening.
What happened to your smith here? Where'd he go?
Uh, uh, well, Earl used to do all my mending, but he's gone south.
Willingly?
Shifty looks, charisma check.
Asking the wrong questions here, Leon. Nope.
Yeah, they seem unwilling to divulge this, and they shift forward in line and leave you.
Hmm. Okay. I will walk on then, stowing this information for further use.
Okay.
Is this the? Can I see the town? Is it here?
No, you've still got. But it's still late. It's still late afternoon.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna kind of redouble my efforts and pick up my pace a little bit. Try and get to town before it gets too dark.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 29.
29. Okay. You get the feeling that something's fishy is going on as you approach the town.
Mm-hmm.
You see sort of a palisade wall and open gates. But standing in the gate is a man mounted on horseback, and there's at least sort of one man at arms sort of to his side, and they look like they're staring down the road in your direction. They look like they're waiting for something. You spot this some distance away, maybe over 1,000 feet down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they probably haven't spotted you. They seem to just be idly gazing in your direction.
Are they? How well are they armed?
You're over 1,000 feet away.
Okay.
Roll. You got a decent perception check. You can see the sun sort of setting in the east, glinting off of mail. So there is metal armor in play.
Okay. Well, I will just continue forward. I'm not going to avoid these people or go around them. They can't possibly know who I am yet. They should have no reason to be after me. Leon thinks to himself. I'm just another person on the road.
All right. You walk up as if to enter the town. Mm-hmm. Roll a charisma check.
8.
8. No. So you walk towards them as if to enter the town. It becomes pretty apparent that they're blocking most of the road. You get to about 30 feet. You've clearly drawn the attention. There's one mounted knight, kind of a shabby knight, and 2 men at arms at either side. The knight turns to one of the men at arms. Words are exchanged. You hear, "Is this him?" And a nod from the man at the side, who you realize too late is the one who you sent running down the road just hours before. We're gonna roll for initiative when we come back from break.
You guys on the other side. Bye-bye.